Welcome back on this fantastic Friday. Let's talk about some coincidences, shall we?
I love coincidences.
All right, Jake said these are very, very interesting. I will go first. Okay, so just read it.
Just read it. And some of these people have passed away, we just heard.
Okay, here we go. Wilmer McLean was a Virginia farmer who lived near Manassas, Virginia during the American Civil War. On July 21st, 1861, the first major battle of the Civil War, known as the First Battle of Bull Run or the First Battle of Manassas, was fought near McLean's farm, practically his front yard. McLean's house was used as a headquarters by Confederate General P.G.T. Beauregard during the battle. McLean, who was a Union sympathizer, decided to move his family away from the war zone after the battle. He eventually settled in Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia. But surprise, surprise, that's where the Civil War ended when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant on April 9, 1865. The surrender actually took place in McLean's parlor, which led him to famously say that the Civil War began in his front yard and ended in his front parlor. Can you imagine that?
That is fascinating.
It starts there, you're like, I'm getting the heck out of Dodge.
And then
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, we want to make a truce here. Well, mainly the Robert E. Lee. I need to surrender.
Okay, here's what I'm already thinking about all these. We've only read one. Why has nobody made a movie about this?
Good point.
All of these probably should be movies.
Yeah, they really should.
Nobody would believe these coincidences. All right, here we go. Violet Jessup was on board the RMS Olympic when it collided with the British warship HMS Hawke in 1911. Okay? She survived and was later working as a stewardess on the Olympic's sister ship, the Titanic.
Oh no.
When it struck an iceberg in North Atlantic on April 14th, 1912. She was working on deck to help give instructions to non-English speakers. Great. And later escaped the ship in a lifeboat, Lifeboat 16. On November 21st, 1916, Jessup was serving as a World War I nurse on board the Britannic, a hospital ship, when it struck a mine and began to sink. Jessup grabbed onto a spare lifebelt floating by and hung on until one of the Britannic's motorboats eventually picked her up. Girl, get off ships.
Don't. That is not for you. So she started on a ship. The first ship didn't sink though. It was the Titanic and then the Britannic.
All three
of them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it collided with British warship. Girl, water and boats do not mix.
Do not mix.
What's your name? Violet. She's probably passed. Rest in peace.
But rest in peace. Hallelujah, you survived the Titanic.
Okay, sorry. Okay, here's a coincidence for y'all. In 2001, a young girl in Staffordshire, England, took a balloon, wrote, quote, "Please return to Laura Buxton," along with her address on it, and let it go. The balloon traveled around 140 miles and ended up in a farm in Wiltshire, where a farmer found it. Amazingly, one of his neighbors had a daughter who was also named Laura Buxton. He brought the balloon to the Buxton family, and this Laura wrote to the first Laura, explaining how she ended up with it. The Laura's parents eventually arranged for their daughters to meet. The Lauras discovered that in addition to their matching names, they were also nearly the same age. One was 10, one was about to turn 10, and both had a pet black lab, a rabbit, and a guinea pig. Seriously. After the girls met, they ended up striking up a friendship and remained friends. What is that where you see someone that looks like, if I were to see doppelganger, like living doppelganger twin?
I've told you the story about the other Jeremy Rabe though, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Seriously, Dodge City, Kansas, two Jeremy Rabes born within 3 months of each other, the same year, the same hospital, the same town. And we met on a cruise ship in the Caribbean.
That's crazy.
That is a good coincidence, my friend.
That is a coincidence. All right,
Okay,
we're gonna save the rest.
Save these, but